Have you ever walked out of a room full of people and felt like you just finished a marathon? Not because you were running, but because your mind felt completely heavy. You weren't necessarily bored, and you weren't necessarily unhappy. You were simply empty. Most people think feeling tired after socializing is just a sign of being an introvert or being shy. They assume you just don't like people. But psychology suggests something much deeper is happening. It isn't about a lack of social skills. It is about how your brain processes the world. For some, being around others isn't just a conversation. It is a high-intensity workout for the soul. If you find yourself needing hours of silence after just 1 hour of interaction, you aren't broken. You are likely experiencing a specific type of psychological depth that most people will never understand. One of the primary reasons you feel this exhaustion is because you might be an emotional sponge. In psychology, this is often linked to high levels of empathy and active mirror neurons. When you enter a room, you don't just hear words. You feel the atmosphere. You pick up on the hidden tension between a couple in the corner. You sense the underlying sadness in a friend's forced laugh. You are subconsciously absorbing the emotional states of everyone around you. While others are just hanging out, you are processing a mountain of emotional data. This constant absorption acts like a background app on a smartphone, slowly but surely draining your battery until you hit zero. There is also the weight of hyper-vigilance. Many people who feel drained around others have a brain that is constantly scanning for micro-expressions. You notice the split-second frown, the shift in tone, or the way someone looked away. Psychology suggests this behavior often appears in people who grew up in environments where they had to be hyper-aware of other people's moods to stay safe or keep the peace. Now, as an adult, your brain doesn't know how to turn that radar off. You are analyzing every social cue in real time. It's not just a chat for you, it's a complex decoding mission. No wonder you feel like you need a nap the moment you get home. Then there is the silent exhaustion of masking. For many of us, social interaction requires a certain level of performance. You smile when you should. You nod when it's expected. You keep your voice at a socially acceptable level. This is what psychologists call self-monitoring. If you are someone who deeply cares about how you are perceived, or if you feel the need to make everyone else comfortable, you are performing a role. You are holding up a mask that is heavy. The more different your internal state is from your external performance, the faster your energy disappears. You aren't tired of the people. You are tired of the character you have to play for them. Another fascinating reason is the search for depth in a world of surface-level noise. For a specific type of person, small talk is physically painful. Talking about the weather or the latest celebrity news doesn't give you energy. It takes it away. Your brain craves substance, meaning, and authentic connection. When you are forced to spend hours navigating shallow conversations, your mind begins to starve. It's like trying to run a car on water instead of fuel. The engine keeps turning, but it's struggling. You feel drained because your intellectual and emotional needs are not being met by the environment. Many psychologists also believe this fatigue is linked to a lack of psychological boundaries. If you feel responsible for the vibe of the group, you will burn out. If you feel like you have to fix someone's mood or entertain everyone, you are carrying a burden that isn't yours to bear. You are pouring your energy into a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You leave the social setting feeling depleted because you gave away pieces of yourself to people who didn't even ask for them. Sometimes the exhaustion comes from the sheer volume of sensory input. If you have a sensitive nervous system, a crowded room is a chaotic storm. The clinking of glasses, the overlapping voices, the bright lights, and the physical proximity of bodies all hit your senses at once. While others can filter this noise out, your brain takes it all in. This is sensory overload. Your tiredness is actually your nervous system screaming for a system reboot in a dark, quiet room. If you relate to this, understand that your fatigue is a message. It is telling you that you are a person of high awareness, deep empathy, and a need for genuine connection. It's not a weakness. It's a sign that your inner world is vast and requires protection. You don't hate people, you just value your peace more than the performance. So, the next time you notice that heavy feeling in your chest after a social gathering, don't judge yourself. Don't assume you are antisocial. You may simply be a deep processor in a shallow world. And sometimes, choosing to walk away and seek the silence is the loudest form of self-respect. If you love understanding why people think and behave the way they do, subscribe to Silent Mind Files. Because here, we don't just watch behavior. We decode the mind behind it.